Hello everyone, this is Mike Fahey with Kotaku, and this is my hand. And these are Skylanders Superchargers figures. The new game came out today, and so do the figures. I've had them for a bit here, and I'd just like to talk about some of them. In fact, the first ones I'd like to talk about are the ones I'm sure everyone else will want to talk about. That is Bowser and Donkey Kong in an ugly shirt, because that shirt is ugly. Now, Donkey Kong here might be a little disheveled. My kids have been playing with him. They really like him. They like his swivel base that swivels back and forth between Amiibo and Skylander. They don't know what an Amiibo is, but I'm keeping it that way. But they like that it has a dial on the bottom. The figures are cool. The characters work well in the game. They won't work in the PS3 or PS4 versions or the Xbox One or any other version, just Nintendo versions. Now, Donkey Kong comes in the Donkey Kong comes in the Wii U version, so if you're looking for him, he'll probably be more common later on. While Bowser is in the Wii and the 3DS version, so probably won't be as many Bowsers around later on. They also both have their own vehicles, of course, because that's the Superchargers thing. Every figure has its own vehicle. Donkey Kong has the barrel blaster here, which I broke. There was a handle attached to it, and it's gone now. And Bowser has this cool-ass jet. Look at this jet. That's something he'd screw with Mario with. The face almost looks like it would glow in the dark, but it doesn't, and I checked to make sure. That's what I do. Bowser and Donkey Kong, if you're an Amiibo collector, good luck. Good luck with that. I wish you the best. Now let's take a look at real quick the differences between the Dark Edition and the regular edition. Here are two characters. The same character, one dark and one light. This is Stealth Elf. Now, in Superchargers, you'll get some old characters, but they're renamed and they're repowered. So while Stealth Elf is still the Stealth Elf you knew, she has different powers than she did in the previous incarnation. There will be none of those reissues with just different poses and the same guts. These are all new, all different characters. Now, Dark Edition, we have blue hair, same blue accents, but otherwise black and silver, as per normal. The Rift engine in the bottom is silver, as opposed to the gold. You also notice the new Skylanders don't have colored transparent bases like the old ones. We also have dark versions of the vehicles. There's the dark Stingray submarine thing, whose name I will not remember, ever. And of course there's Dark Spitfire. Spitfire is a badass. Combined with his car here, he kicks a lot of ass. Shoots a stream of fire at the opponents. It's pretty awesome. Speaking of cars, one of the things that excited me the most about Skylanders Superchargers when it was first announced was the fact that suddenly these figures, which have been static statues for the longest time, they have wheels. They have little gimmicks. They're playable. You can play with these. Here's a helicopter. Here's Stealth Elf's helicopter, and I'm knocking everything over, and that's fine. But the propeller whirls around. And that helps children in their imagination. There's two propellers here. The only problem I actually have is that we have some figures, some cars, some vehicles that come with this articulation, and others that are just, plastic lumps. I mean, look at this. This does nothing. I mean, at least you get a little bit of a shake from the cockpit. But otherwise, it's just a big piece of plastic. Now, imagination figures into this. But how do you explain this here? This is a solid triangle of plastic. Just sculpted. Here, kids, play with the spike. Put this on the end of an arrow and shoot it. So I'm not too happy with these. It's a bit inconsistent. I mean, it's got a nice weight to it, but I mean, these other toys have features. I believe the sub here has a twirly. Yeah, it spins. Why some of them do and some of them don't, I don't understand. I wish there was some more consistency there. For instance, even Donkey Kong here, he has wheels and rolls, and the plane doesn't really do anything. It's just plastic. Overall, I'm enjoying the new figures. The vehicle inconsistency aside, I'm enjoying some of the new figures. This new base has really let them cut loose with some of these figures. This new rabbit guy, who I'm sure has a name that's not Rabbit Guy. Probably something with a boulder or a steel ball, or maybe he looks like a rabbit guy. This dynamic pose is possible because they've done away with those other bases. And they've got him flying off here. He looks really cool. He might not have articulation, but he looks like he's ready for action. And this is a more basic figure here. But it does look kind of menacing, like he's advancing. Kind of an action pose. Spitfire here is all coiled and ready to spring. Very cool. Here's Gill Grunt, the new Gill Grunt, and he's actually got kind of a water column going up, a jet of water going up behind him, which makes me think of Amiibo. Like a little plastic holding him up. In fact, it kind of is when you look at it. That plastic is his base. It's his Amiibo-esque plastic base. Pretty cool. But I like that they're experimenting with the dynamics of the characters more. Here's that one. It was really cool, but again, name, not going to remember. The only one I'll really remember is Fiesta, because Fiesta is awesome. Look at him. He's a Day of the Dead looking guy with a horn. He's got a coffin for a car. Fiesta is by far my favorite character of the new series. Now, I prefer playing Birdman or Bird Lady, but when it comes to pairings, it's Fiesta and his corpse grinder, or whatever they call it. So these are the new Skylanders Superchargers figures. What I really like is they have a license to be creative with these characters and bring them up on their own. Unlike, let's say, a Disney Infinity, where you have to follow a pattern and have a popular character, these designers can just let their imagination go wild, and they produce some pretty amazing things. So there's something to be said for creativity and the unknown, and that's what I love about these guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next time, maybe we'll see my face again.